So first thing that we have to consider is the molecules. So if the molecules are present in the body, we call them biomolecules. Okay, so what are the four very important biomolecules, or you can say the organic molecules which are there? The four biomolecules or the organic molecules are proteins, carbohydrates, lipids, and nucleic acid. Okay, the whole human body, basically it is made up of these components only. Okay, and that is why these are very important, biologically very important macromolecules also. Macromolecules, why do I call them macromolecules? Because they are large sized molecules. Okay, they are large sized molecule, that's why they are macromolecules. Okay, now the very first thing is, do you know what monomer and polymer is? Have you ever heard of this name, monomer and polymer?
Mono is like single and poly is like many.
Correct. So monomer means a single unit. Monomer is a single unit. Okay, and when many of these units combine, okay, and then they make a group, and that group is referred as polymer. So polymer is the group of monomers. Okay, so a single unit is a monomer, and group of monomers, that is the polymer. Fine, so this is the very first thing. Now all these macromolecules which we have been seeing now, proteins, carbs, lipids, and nucleic acids, all these mostly are the polymers only. Okay, all these are the examples of polymers. Proteins, carbohydrates, lipids, and nucleic acids. So these all are the polymers of something or other. Okay, all are the polymers. So that is what we have to figure out, that what are their monomers actually. Okay, so let's begin the first molecule, that is the proteins. Okay, so as I told you, protein is the polymer. So it is the polymer of amino acids. Small amino acids, means amino acids are the monomers. Right, amino acids are the monomers. Now basically there are 20 essential amino acids. 20 essential amino acids are there. Okay, so these 20 essential amino acids are present inside our body. These 20 essentials are present inside the body. Okay, now what is the structure of this each amino acid? Basically the structure is something like this. C, that is carbon. Carbon has 4 bonds. Okay, so with one bond it is carboxylic group, COOH. With one it is NH2, that is amino group. Okay, this is carboxylic acid, this is amino group, so that is why it makes it as amino acids. Okay, one is the hydrogen and another one is the R, that is alkyl variable group. Okay, so let me write it down. This is carboxylic acid, this is amino group, this is hydrogen, and this is variable group. Okay, what is this variable group? Basically I'm saying that there are 20 essential amino acids. So in all the amino acids now, this and this will be same. The only difference will be this. Okay, in some it will be H, only simple H. In some it will be a benzene group, a phenyl group like this. In some it will be sulfur. So it is variable. Okay, and that variability makes 20 essential amino acids. Okay, so this is basically amino group. Okay, or amino acids basically. Fine. Is it making sense to you all?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So 20 different amino acids are there. So what you would do, one thing, one homework from my side, that just figure out the names of these 20 essential amino acids. Okay, it's available on the internet. You can easily go through these 20 essential amino acids with their structure. So in their structure, you know now. Okay, the only difference which will be there, it will be in the variable group, right? Will be in this R variable group. So just figure out what is the variable R group. Okay, what is this variable R group, and then you will come across 20 essential amino acids. So this is your homework. Okay, positively do it so that we can discuss in the next class. Okay, now the next topic comes is that how different amino acids, they make up the proteins. Okay. Means this is one amino acid, AA1. It will combine with AA2. It will combine with AA3. AA means amino acids, and this will continue, and this whole chain, what do we call this whole chain? We call this whole chain as proteins. Okay, or we call this as polypeptide chain. Okay, we call this as polypeptide chain. Okay, so this is how the amino acids combine and make up the protein chain. Now this combination which I'm talking about, this combination basically, it is a chemical reaction. It is not just a physical Fevicol say joining. It is a chemical reaction. Okay, so when I say about that, this is a chemical reaction. So how this reaction is occurring, let's have a look on that also. Okay. See, let's take two amino acids. This is amino acid 1, amino acid 2. Okay. COOH, NH2, H, and R1 I'm writing so that I can differentiate that this is amino acid 1. Okay. Here COOH, NH2, R2, NH. Fine. Now, chemical reaction has to occur. Both have to chemically join with each other. So the reaction will be entirely chemical. So let's open up these two. It is open up like this. And this one is open up like this. NH2, NH2, and COOH like this. Fine, like this. So what will happen? OHH means H2O will be removed from here. In this combination process, H2O will be removed. Like this. See, now what will be formed? NH2, CH, R1, CO, NH, CR2, H, COOH, like this. Okay, this will be the combination formed. And you know what? Along with this, H2O will also be formed, right? And this one, this bond, which is formed between these two, this bond, okay, this bond is referred as peptide bond. Okay, this bond is peptide bond. Is this much clear?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
So with this peptide bond, this process is given one more name. The name of that process is dehydration synthesis or dehydration. Peptide bond formation is done by dehydration synthesis. Now how will you relate with this dehydration synthesis? When water is not there, that is dehydration, right? So in this process, water is getting removed, so that is dehydration. And synthesis means with the removal of water, something is being prepared. So you can see a peptide bond is being prepared by a dehydration synthesis. By water is removed and the peptide bond is synthesized. So this is dehydration synthesis. Okay, so this is a peptide bond, and basically combinations make up polypeptide chain like this. Like this, and this will be a polypeptide chain or a protein chain also it can be called. Is this part clear to you guys? This much?
Yeah.
Uh,
Okay. Now see,
how many how many peptides should it be to be considered a
that
polypeptide?
depends upon the protein. Entirely protein it depends. Okay. Suppose there are two chains in a protein. For example, let me take you about a protein. Name of that protein is abrin. Okay, abrin is a protein. It is having two chains, A and B. Two polypeptide chains are there. One chain is of 20 amino acids, another is of 32 amino acids. So it's exactly variable. Like depends upon the proteins. Hemoglobin will have some other numbers of protein chains. Keratin will have some other number of protein chains. Amino acid chain will be different. Okay, so it's entirely different thing that how many amino acids are going to be there. Okay, clear?
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay. So basically, there are lots of proteins. Like according to Human Genome Project, there are going to be 30,000 proteins. Okay, in the human body, there has to be 30,000 proteins, and the scientists are still working out to figure out all those 30,000 proteins. Fine. So that is basically something else. But what kind of question comes is that when you have to form polypeptide chain has to be formed, means when peptide bond has to be formed, right? When peptide bond has to be formed, then water is removed, right? Water is removed from the amino acids. But when you have to break this peptide chain, then you have to do exactly opposite. Water molecule is added. Okay, water is added like this. Now, how the question comes? The question comes like this, that there are suppose protein chain of 58 amino acids. Okay. How many peptide bonds are present in this chain? Tell me. Yes, guys.
29?
How come 39?
No, 29.
No. Why have you divided it by 2?
I mean, because for every two, there's one bond.
But that does not make it half, no? Like A, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, right? So how many bonds? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If I'm talking about 10 amino acids, there has to be 9 peptide bonds, no? Because it is joining 2.
57?
Yes.
Okay. I
Number
got it now.
of, huh?
Yeah, now I understand how it works.
Yeah, number of peptide bonds is equals to number of amino acids minus 1. Simple. So it will be 58 minus 1, 57. Okay. So such kind of things will be coming up to you. So just use your open brain for your these type of questions. Okay. Acha, in the books now there are drills given. Okay. So you just have to solve these drill questions also so that you can have a practice of this.